Hello friends, I am Ardhendu De and you are watching AD's English Literature. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss literature of pop culture. It consists of three words: literature, pop and culture. Now, what is literature? Literature is a term used to describe written and sometimes spoken words that includes novels, plays, poems and other works of artistic merit. It is a broad term that can encompass a wide range of writing and can be used in a variety of contexts, from academic purposes to artistic to personal. Literature is often seen as a reflection of a culture or a society. It can be used in a complete sense, covering a complex theme. The cultural and artistic heritage of any society be reflected in it, and it has the power to inspire, educate and entertain the entirety of the mass. Now, what is pop? Pop is a short for popular, It is a genre of music that is characterized by its appeal to a wide audience. Pop music is typically upbeat and catchy, and it is often produced in a way that makes it easy to listen to and enjoyable for a broad range of people. Now, what is culture? Culture refers to the beliefs, behaviors, objects and other characteristics that define a group or a society. It can also refer to the understanding and appreciation of art and literature. Culture is the sum of a society's way of life, and it includes the various customs, practices and norms and that shape the way people live and interact with one another. Culture is often shaped by society's history, religion and language. It can also be influenced by external factors and its politics, environment. In fact, culture plays the values and attitudes of the people who live within a particular society, and it can vary from one group to another. Now, there is a word cluster, pop culture, that started in 1960s. We can access a few books on this topic. Books of pop culture is listed here. In fact, there are many such books that explore pop culture and its influence on society. The Pop Culture Manifesto, which was published in 2013 by Eric S. Jenkins, discusses the role of pop culture in shaping our values, beliefs and behaviors. Empire of Illusion, The End of Literacy and the Triumph of Spectacle, which was published in 2009 by Chris Hedges, exemplifies the ways in which the mass media and the pop culture manipulate and distract us from the important issues. The Death of Expertise, the campaign against the established knowledge and why it matters, which was published in 2017 by Tom Nicholas, explores the rise of anti-intellectualism and the erosion of expertise in contemporary culture. Another book, Amusing Ourselves to Death, Public Discourse in the Age of Show Business, which was published in 1985 by Neil Postman, is a classic book that looks the ways in which mass media and entertainment have replaced serious discourse in modern society. The Culture Industry, Selected Essays on Mass Culture, which was first published in 1991 and which constitute a collection of essays which were originally published in 1930s and 1950s when the pop culture initiated by Theodore Adorno. This collection of essays on mass culture reinforces the conformity and surpasses individuality, and in which the collections of the essays elaborately discusses the basics of human pop culture. Now, out of these books, it can be defined that pop culture or popular culture is a kind of a cultural trends or practices and products that are popular within a society at a given point in time. Pop culture can include elements such as music, television shows, films, literature, and other forms of media, as well as fashion trends, consumer products, and the popular culture is the sum total of the values that come from advertising, the entertainment industry, the media, the icons of style, and are targeted to the ordinary people in society. These values are distinguished from those espoused by the more traditional political, educational, and religious institutions. So they are get freed from the intelligentsia. Pop culture is often associated with youth culture and reflects the values, attitudes, and interests of a particular generation. It can also be shaped by social and cultural influences such as technology, politics, and social issues. Now, pop culture is constantly evolving and can be a way for people to connect with one another and express their identity. Now, elaborating this pop culture, we can get this that the three words can cover up many things. We can say that pop culture or the pop culture literature reflects the kind of literature that is influenced by or reflects popular culture, including the sects that I have, the categories that I have defined, the films, the music, the media, everything. All this must be a cultural ethics and have a considerable influence on society that comes up within the ambit of pop culture literature. Now, there are novels, there are graphic novels, non-fiction books, and other written works that are inspired or being in reference elements of this popular culture. Pop culture literature can also be included fan fiction. Fan fiction, the type of a fiction that has been written on demand of the fans. Okay. Now, the characters, the storylines, and the entire fabrics of the plot is being designed by a particular franchisee. Pop culture literature can be a fun and enjoyable way to engage with the media and franchisee that we love, and it can also provide a kind of insight into the social and cultural context in which these words were created and conceived. During the 20th century, mass entertainment expanded American culture's reach, reversing the direction of influence as Europe and the rest of the world became the consumers of American popular culture. You know, from the jeans, from the t-shirts young people wear, to the music groups, rock stars they listen to, and the movies they watch, America has become the dominant cultural source for entertainment and popular fashions. People all over the world, watch American television shows, and even if their popularity has dwindled in the United States, they are still watching. American news broadcasts have become such an international fixture that they help define what people in other countries know about current affairs, events, politics. Although some countries such as France, Germany resist this kind of influence because they see it a cultural invasion and they wanted to protect their own cultural heritage or national culture. American entertainment is likely one of the most powerful means by which American cultural influence made the world. And these are detrimental a way to define something. But the pop culture or the kind of cultural tradition originated from America, and it's all everything. If we are defining pop culture, there is music, this can include the kind of pop, rock, hip hop, electronic, dance music, as well as specific artists or band that are associated with popular pop culture. There are television shows and films. Pop culture is often influenced by popular television shows and films, which can include comedies, dramas, actions, movies, more and more. Now, there is the entire world of fashion. The pop culture can also be reflected in the clothing, accessories, in their fashions, items, and which are the fashion reflect the popular tags of the time, and that is the pop culture. This can include trends like skinny jeans, athleisure, social media. The rise of social media has had a significant impact on pop culture, with platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube shaping the very trends and facilitating the spread of memes and other cultural phenomena. Now, video games. Pop culture is also influenced by popular video games, which can range from first-person shooters, role-playing games, to mobile games or mobile apps. There are many such examples of pop culture literature that we might carry out a discussion here. The Harry Potter series that comes to my mind first, by J.K. Rowling. This popular series of young adult novels was inspired by Rowling's love of mythology and folklore, and it has become a cultural phenomenon with a huge following of fans around the world, and it becomes a subject of pop culture. The Hunger Games trilogy, in fact, by Susan Collins. This series of dystopian young adult novels was inspired by the Greek myth of the Minotaur and has been adapted into a successful film franchise. The Marvel comic series. The Marvel comics has a long history of creating comics and graphic novels that explore the characters, the storylines of Marvel universe, which has been adopted into numerous successful films and television franchises. The Walking Dead graphic novel series by Robert Kirkman. This series of graphic novels explores the world in which a zombie apocalypse had occurred and follows a group of survivors as they navigate this dangerous new world. The Star Wars, we all see this kind of fascinating science fiction movies. There is detective series like James Bond 007. So we can find out the kind of literatures here from these kind of categories or these kind of catalogs. I cannot miss a few of them. The Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. This kind of series of young adult fantasy novels is also being inspired by Greek mythology and follows the adventures of a teenage boy who discovers that he is the son of the Greek god Poseidon. The Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer. This kind of series of young adult, I mean the teenage and popular pop culture is being associated. Here is romance, here is the young girl who falls in love with a vampire. Game of Thrones, another series by George R.R. Martin. This series of fantasy novels has been adapted into a successful television shows and follows the complex political and personal dynamics of several novel families in a fictional world. The Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. This series of historical fiction novels, kind of a adventure, and here a nurse who travels back in time to 18th century Scotland and falls in love with a Highland warrior. The Sherlock Holmes series, never to say, it also have the pop culture element because many of the Sherlock Holmes series are popular along with James Bond series. Now, pop culture, pop traditions, pop enthusiasm is a kind of stories, kind of literature that comes with the time frame. It isn't the case that pop culture is limited to this particular time. Rather, from the 1930s onward, pop culture, the treatment of the particular subject is being elaborated in an academic subject. But want to be remembered that pop culture or the tradition of fashion or the styles of writing or the styles of lifestyle is being put into discussion in several of the essays. In Tadler essays, in Spectator essays by Addison, we can find out the ladies' headdress, the exercise of fan. This type of essays also cover the popular fashions of the then time England. Now, time and fashion, time with culture, time with writing, time with the choices of the subject is such dynamic that it can its shape or movement onward, and it's a never-ending journey and it continues. So the pop culture, which is pop now, which is popular now, in fact, may not be popular forever. It is dynamic, it will get a changes, and when we are evaluating a pop culture, we must remember that pop culture never show the popularity of something in its academic level, but rather it's a mass awakening or the mass acceptance of that culture that makes it a pop culture or popular culture. Again, the academic version or the rather authentic critical version of something, be it music, be it film, be it any of the movies, be it in the literature form, the definition of the popularity or its ultimate definition of creative excellence can be defined in a long term, in a long way, when the time proves it that it is universal, the time proves it that it is ever-ending, and the time proves it that its popularity is nothing a ready-made show, rather its popularity is an authentic one, a genuine one, a striking one that will live forever. So this lecture is limited to this part. I'm limiting this lecture within this time frame. So the pop culture or the discussion on the topic may be carried out further in our other discussions, but I must say that that's an interesting topic, and if the time permits, I will carry on this particular subject further. But bye bye for now. Stay tuned, like, share, comment, and obviously subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.